This actually might be a quickish one. Green Mountain Studio asks, what do you do when stems don't match the production? I just want to shout out, not a specific person.
Don't start it.
Yeah. Well, I just got hired for a mix actually, and they sent me the stems and they're perfect. And I was like, oh, and I talked to the producer and I was like, feeling. Just make sure it's all, I just want to bring, because they were saying like, they had it was a rough mix and then they had somebody else mix and it wasn't good. And they're calling me last minute. Can you fix this? And we're not sure. And I was like, as long as what you send to me comes up exact, because I don't have a mix assistant, as long as it comes up to me, I open a Pro Tools session, pull in the files, and it sounds like the thing that you love, and then I can work from there. She's like, absolutely, send it to me. I brought it up. Sounds exactly the same. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, I only want to work like that. That's the only way.
You with rare exception, you just won't, you'll just be like, no, you got to send me you got to make it sound like you love it, and then I will make it
very few exceptions, like a very strong relationship with a producer that knows that I'm going to do a certain thing to it, that they're confident leaving it where there's a lot more room. I don't, but if their arrangement isn't the same as the last printed, rough that everybody's been listening to, and it's just missing synths and missing drums, then I'm not, no, don't touch it. Do yourself the favor. There's a crazy headache about to come for you. If you send back a mix, you could lose the gig because you sent back the wrong arrangement. Yeah. I mean, I've done that with massive artists because, I can't really talk about it. It's just like sent back a mix with the wrong arrangement. They won't even listen to the mix because the drums are already starting from the top. And that's just how it was sent to me. It's just like, oh, that's not the rough you've been listening to? The one that's in my session? That sucks. Because that's not on me. And that sucks. So I'm very sure.
Yeah, and it's worth acknowledging, and we don't need to get into the full conversation. We've talked about it before, and people have it plenty. But mixing 20 years ago is different than mixing now for a large percentage of records for most pop, hip hop, R&B, that sort of thing, where the mix engineer is not getting raw, untreated, underside snare mics and things like that, to where you're then going to build it. What it now is, because everybody's working in the box, you get rough mixes that sound pretty close, sometimes 80-90% there, and the mix engineers will take it from there to 100. And that's also how people like Jon can mix multiple songs in a day, that sort of thing. The role has evolved into something slightly different. Whereas someone like, Kian, who we've had on and we'll have on again, when he's also engineering stuff and getting raw drum files, he's really building something in a different way. So there's certainly exceptions to that. But if you're mixing a record and people are loving a rough mix, and then you get files that just don't sound anything like the rough mix, it's like, what are we doing? It's not what we're here to do.
Thanks for watching. Just a reminder, all of this content is free. There's no secret knowledge here. We don't have sponsors. We don't run ads. We don't have a Patreon. All that we ask in return is that you share it with somebody. Thanks.